Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again, and I'm outside in the backyard. It might be a little bit dark because it's getting dark outside, but I just wanted to have a different angle, different view from doing it just in the house all the time. So, um, it's been really hot out here, but it's cooling down a little bit. It feels kind of good out here right now, so I wanted to come outside and get some air. So, um, training camp is on the 27th at the end of this week, guys. So I know all of you guys are excited just as much as I am. It's all this talk about Ezekiel Elliott, whether he's gonna come to training camp or whether he's gonna hold out. I'm tired of it already. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, let the players that want to be with the Dallas Cowboys be with the Dallas Cowboys and play for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, all this holding out crap. I'm not with all that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand players want their money and this and that, but you are paid to play. You are paid to be there. And granted, I know that you probably want a better deal, or you feel like you are a better player than what you are, and that what you're being perceived as. And we know the Dallas Cowboys are looking at Ezekiel Elliott to be that guy. He is their running back for what I think the foreseeable future. But I think that they will sign him, and it's a lot of conflicting reports out there. But I'm not trying to really get into it because it gets confusing and stuff like that, and it's kind of frustrating to me because I don't like a lot of confusion. I'm not with all that. So, with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna let that be that. I'll let you guys deal with that. I'm not gonna go too much into that. I might do a video on it closer to training camp or later this week and what he's about to do because they said that he might go out of the country or whatever. I don't, whatever. It is what it is. But the person I want to talk about right now and taking a look at in this series is Joe Jackson, our fifth round draft pick. He was picked number 165. He's 6'4", 275 pounds from the U, Miami University. Now, we got two guys from the U. Um, both him and Michael Jackson. It's funny because it was a joke around the draft time that, oh, we got the Jackson 5 -3 or whatever, but it's hilarious, ha 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 ha, whatever. But anyway, you got Michael Jackson, got Joe Jackson. Michael Jackson is a cornerback. I might do a series on him as well. But Joe Jackson, now again, he is a natural pass rushing defensive end. Now let me explain something to you. I've already said that this team has a lot of defensive guys on that line, defensive linemen trying to make this team. And I already told you guys before, you know that the Cowboys don't really like to cut draft picks, but I know that he's going to be on this team to some capacity, whether he makes the final roster or not, because they might put him on the practice squad. But again, he has enough talent for another team to poach him. So that's one thing that you got to be careful on. But you only have certain positions on this team. But one thing that I want you guys to remember is this: sometimes injuries on a team will take care of itself. When there's injuries on the team, they're inevitable. They're going to be injured players. You don't want to hear about it, and a lot of times you don't want to talk about it. I understand that, but again, guys are going to get injured in training camp. Something's going to happen to somebody. That might cancel it out. Malik Collins hasn't really played a full season. He's been injured a lot, so hopefully he could come back and do some things. But again, you might have different positions on the roster. Is Randy Gregory coming back? Are they going to restate him? So a lot of what goes on this defensive line this off season and going into preseason and the regular season is going to be real interesting because we don't know who's going to be where, and um, I guess that's the mystery of it. It's kind of it gives you something to think about, something to talk about. Now, we got a lot of talent on this defensive line this year, and the Cowboys did their due diligence by one, drafting and getting the free agents out there. Because you already know Christian Covington going to be on this team. You know Robert Quinn going to be on this team. Those are two new guys that we got in the offseason. Now, I was excited for both of those guys, and I also did videos on both of those guys, so you guys already know how I feel about those guys. But, Joe Jackson, he definitely got something too. Now, I will say that he's definitely a natural. He's definitely a natural pass rusher. If you look at his Miami tape, high motor guy, very athletic. I mean, just the combination of size and athleticism that he has in getting off the ball. Because I think he was number 99 when he was with Miami. So when you see 99 on a defensive end's chest, it secretes dominance. You know what I mean? Like, it just, that number just tells you, oh, that dude know what he's doing out there on that field. But that's just how I feel about that. But I really like this kid. Who I mean, we don't know what Taco's gonna do this offseason. We don't know what Dorrance Armstrong's gonna do. Dorrance Armstrong, he's hungry. He better watch. Taco better watch his back because he's got Dorrance and he's got Joe Jackson huffing on his back right now. So we'll see what happens. Only the strong's gonna survive. And you know the Dallas Cowboys, they're gonna pick the hungriest guys, and they want guys on this team with, like Jason Garrett says all the time, the right type of guys on this team. And I think that Joe Jackson has what it takes. One fun fact about him, and I guess all of Miami players in general, like I said before, we got both him and Michael Jackson from the U. They are the first players drafted by the Dallas Cowboys from Miami since 1993. That is a fun fact for you right there. The Cowboys have not drafted a Miami player since '93. I got to go back and look and see who that player was. I don't remember who that player was. But again, that's funny. We already know that the Cowboys have love for Boise State guys. You know, we had Orlando Scandrick. We have Tyrone Crawford. You got Kellen Moore, which is now offense coordinator. All of these guys from Boise State University, and of course Leighton Vander Esch. So I mean, you look at all the guys that we've gotten from Boise State, and you're like, talented guys. I mean, those of you feel a certain type of way about Orlando Scandrick when we say, yeah, he was Oscar the Grouch, but you know, he was a solid, serviceable guy. You know, he did what he did. Now, Boise State had great guys, so I mean, you know that they love those guys. You know that Jerry Jones loves his Arkansas guys, and well, Amari Cooper wasn't drafted by the Cowboys, but he was an Alabama guy, Auburn, and you know, Auburn guys, and you see the type of schools that the Cowboys look at, and it's like they haven't really been looking at Miami until this year. But I'm looking at these draft picks right now as a whole that we have, and I'm telling you guys right now, we got a good, and I'm gonna do a series on Donovan Wilson too, the safety that we drafted. These guys are definitely some good guys that we got in this draft. This was a really pretty good draft, and a lot of people are underestimating what we did in this draft, but I think the Cowboys definitely got a roster. Another fun fact about Joe Jackson, he brought with him from the U, wherever he was living in Florida, he has 5 pets. He has 2 dogs, 2 ferrets, and a cat. The weirdest pets to put together, but he says it was a hell of an adjustment, but they come together, and his animals play with each other. I'm assuming he's talking about the cats and dogs. I think you might have to have ferrets in a cage. I don't know how it works. I've never owned ferrets before, so I don't know. And sorry if you guys can't see my face too well because, you know, it's getting dark out here. But I kind of want to do a video outside. I don't have a campfire like Mark, so I don't have all that cool effects like he has. But, you know, I try to do what I can with what I got. You know what I mean? But still bringing you guys the content. He loves animals. He is definitely an animal lover. And, you know, when you look at guys that rush the quarterback for a living, and you look at them as being mean, you look at them as mean, demeaning guys. You don't look at them as being soft and loving to animals and things of that nature. But, you know, he's an animal lover, and that's one fun fact about him. But again, like I told you, this team picks the right type of players, and I think that this year the Dallas Cowboys, I'm not going to say a Super Bowl, but I'm telling you the Cowboys are going to be special this year. We're gonna look back this off season and this training camp that's coming up next week. We're gonna look at this and we're gonna be like, damn, we really did a good job on this team. It's football season, guys. Get ready. This is the last week without football, so training camp coming. And things are going to be great. It looks like a storm's a brewing, so let me end this video and get back in the house before it starts raining heavy. So with that, without further ado, guys, thanks again to all my subscribers. I appreciate all your support, all your well wishes, and um, with everything that's been going on in my life personally. I appreciate you guys. Those of you that this is your first time checking me out or hearing about me, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know, because I'm doing this series. I'm doing a video every day on it. So it's your boy YouTube, always keeping it real. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a great evening.